EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Welcome to the home of one of the most terrifying holes in all of golf, the 18th, set atop Devil's Cauldron Volcano. I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novello. We're here today in the South Pacific Ocean. This course has it all: cliff shots, shortcuts, a skull-shaped green, and of course, the volcano. Frank, what do you make of this most unusual layout?
Rich, it's not for the faint-hearted. You'll see Buccaneers Bay out there, to be avoided, like a lot of the traps out there. Anybody with a cutlass or, flying the wrong flag, stay away from them as well. But there's green fairways. There's a little green on the end with the right place to go. Find that, that's your treasure. Second shot. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Good putt, and now one under par. Frank, this hole has a little bit of everything, and it's kind of scary, to be honest with you.
It's a very stout par 3, well protected in the front by those two bunkers. Might be a little bit of treasure in there. Our commentary box to the right. Leave that alone, please. Small enough green, but it certainly provides a good target for a par 3 that's in the mid-200 yards.
Speaking of targets, I mean, there's plenty of cannon fire out there. You could take one across the bow right here. You could walk away with big number and some big hits. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just 5 feet left. One under early in the round. Frank, now on to the third. It's a par 5, and this is a diabolical, even a dangerous hole.
They call it Captain Hook, even though the hole does bend to the right. You've got to hug the coastline down the left. But there is a secret passage.
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Yeah, Rich, the reason why the best players enjoy stroke play so much is that every single shot's going to count. And you can't get away with anything in stroke play.
Because it can get away from you in a hurry. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Oh, this is right at it.
That is how it's done, right there. What an approach shot. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Collects another birdie with that stroke and goes to 2 under. Well, Frank, as if this tee shot wasn't hard enough, look what's in the distance, just to throw a little scare into the player.
Devil's Cauldron, yeah, that's the volcano in the distance, but it's also a good line there, Rich. This is a really narrow fairway that's anything other than straight. So your tee shot, you really have to imagine where that ball's going to land. Which part of the fairway is it going to land on?
You really need to be on your game here at Treasure Island. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. You're now the second shot, 100 yards away. Good looking shot right here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Holding steady now at 2 under par. Fifth hole, Frank, here at Treasure Island. It's an uphill, it's clear, uphill par 4.
And not very long, just a little bend to the left. Maybe the longest hitters might be able to get close to this par 4 with their tee shot. Otherwise, it just sets up to a nice little pitch to a very irregular shaped green.
And the Jolly Roger up here, the skull and the crossbones, but those bunkers are sort of fascinating because they don't appear to be really well maintained.
Oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
Wow, what impact. Absolutely crushed it. Well, you can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Third birdie of the round. Frank, hopefully top of your game and top of the world from this point at the 6th.
Huge elevation here, Rich, so obviously that tee shot is going to go that much further off the elevation, and that's really the goal. Tee it high, let it fly a little, keep it left of the needle top mountain on that left side, and really you won't have much left on this fairly short par 4.
Frank, still relatively early in the round, but given what we've seen so far, this could be a heck of a golf round.
Yeah, right now everything's just going according to plan. It's like he's playing on all 8 cylinders. So really, you're just trying to get out of your own way.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up, it's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Looking to keep it going here, Frank.
Yeah, another example of things just working as they should.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. And it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Well, Frank, this is some hole. This is a par 5 to 7 that snakes its way all across the island.
You think in a direct route you could be able to reach this par 5 and 2, but the rock down the distance nearly makes that second shot impossible to try and carry over that. Plus the fact it's a lot of uneven lies down here on this fairway. Step sort of drops down in level as it goes down the left side, and chances are you won't get a flat lie for that second shot. So play this as a 3-shotter. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle-nosed down.
Can't even see it from here. Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. And getting ready for the putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
So a tester from 4 feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. 8th hole, Frank, and X marks the spot. Wonder what's under that green, partner.
Well, you'd think there'd be gold bullion, something like that, but really the best you're going to get is maybe a birdie or perhaps an ace.
You didn't win a car back then, did you?
No, it was, what was it, doubloon in those days?
Spanish doubloon. And this is looking really good. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Well, partner, this is a straightforward hole. Got some trouble on the left and a mermaid on the right.
Oh, mermaid's good luck. We're going to need some good luck here. Keep a little left of the mermaid, down that left side. And you see the 2 masts in the distance? Yeah, that's a pirate ship. So the left mast, left side of the green, right mast, Right side of the
I
green.
don't see any pirate ship. I can't take my eyes off the Mermaid.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. This will be a birdie if it drops. Stacking birdies, that's how you put a score on the board. So 2 straight and headed in the right direction. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Every once in a while you're reminded this is a pretty hard game.
That was evidence.
Did the job right there. Frank, you and I have done commentary in golf all over the world. Have you ever seen a par 5 anything like this one?
No, I haven't, Rich, and I don't think I ever will again either. Treasure Island, there's only one of them, that's for sure, and there's only one hole like the 11th there. 5 different fairways to choose from.
5?
5, and it depends on your level of ability and how bold you are. Another little bit of fairway up there, well, if you can't reach this par 5 and 2. But if you're really, really game, you go down the thinnest, longest, right side, and you can and will reach the par 5 and 2.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway.
Now 8 under on the day. 12th hole, Frank, and just explain to me, where in the world do you go here?
Well, there's choice of 5, really. At the last 2, I doubt anybody, unless they really power up, can find one of those 2 landing areas. Really the first 3. But those first 3 provide a lengthy second shot into what has to be one of the most difficult par 4s on the second 9.
Headed for the bunker, I think.
And once again, off the tee and in the bunker. Frank, the good players certainly aren't panicked when they're in a fairway bunker, are they?
Just make sure your feet stay nice and firm in the sand there. There's a tendency to move your feet around a little bit.
What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
And he has it for birdie. Frank, this is an amazing hole. The par 5 13. First chance eventually to get to Volcano Island, but also a chance to make a huge number here. So much trouble.
Well, you can see why, too. There's trouble all over the place here, Rich. Fairway really is down the right side. And then it depends on how far you hit that tee shot. So multiple of choices with the second. Do you go all the way down there? Do you even try and reach the par 5 and 2? Or do you skip across to the other side on the left? And then faced with a lengthy third shot. All those decisions abound on this par 5, just under 600 yards.
Well, at least he can draw on the experience from the previous hole. Again, in the bunker. Missed the fairway in the fairway bunker now.
It's not all gloom and doom, though. Lip isn't too high. A good swing here still shouldn't be a problem.
Now minus 10 for the round. Frank, the thing about Treasure Island is at any point a player could stop and consider just where they are. And if they're not where they need to be mentally, they could really be thrown off their game. And you're right at the base of a volcano here.
What's the chance for... Well, when he goes after it, like he is here.
I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I have ever seen. Just let it rip.
Huge, with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, downhill shot here. Will he have to take it just a little bit easier?
Yeah, be careful with the ball position as well. If you play the ball too far forward and try and scoop it, it's not going to work.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Frank, you think he can do it 4 in a row?
No.
In the hole and a birdie. Frank, this is where you begin to see almost this ingenious, evil nature of this design by the pirates here at Treasure Island. It gets punishing to the finish.
It certainly does, Rich. This is also where we start our ascent to the summit of Devil's Cauldron, with just a little tempting par 3. Just goes across, has to be flighted well across the ravine, but it's got to be up, it better be high, and it better be long enough.
The grind is about to begin here at the par 3 15th. Each hole from here on out climbing up to the top of the volcano.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up. I've heard of being on the zone, but this is he's just making it look so easy.
Just sensational golf. I mean, he is knocking down every flagstick right now. What a performance.
16th hole at Treasure Island. Pure danger, Frank, off that left side while continuing the climb.
And it's aptly named Devil's Elbow, but be careful, because right at the corner of the elbow, now there's no funny bone. Have to be short or long of that, otherwise you're going to go all the way down to the bottom.
Second from an excellent lie.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
And he's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this.
Pretty good shot right there, about 15 feet from the hole. 15 feet away.
Well, that's disappointing. He misses the par putt, and he'll have this for bogey.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is kind of like walking the plank here at the 17th hole. Zero margin for error.
Yeah, the hole bends to the left a little bit like a boomerang. But just to find the fairway takes something with nerve, precision, and a lot of guts. From there, it shouldn't be a difficult second shot. But like I said, find the fairway. You need nerve.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
He has this for a birdie.
Score that a birdie. Frank, they dive for golf balls at 17, the Island Green TPC Sawgrass. They're not diving for balls here at 18 at Treasure Island, are they?
Nah, the finishing hole is a par 3. All the way across the lava, you'll find a green.
Frank, these conditions set up very well for, who knows, maybe a record-breaking round.
Well, maybe some sort of land levy.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
So a tester from 4 feet.
I mean, almost hard to believe. 13 under already.
Frank, I have to say, I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
And consequently, a very solid round. Continuing with that kind of play can certainly put you in the winner's seat.
In the world of professional golf, EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present opening round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Picking him up live now at the 10th. Frank, nothing spectacular to this point in the first round. What does the player need to do just to kind of generate some momentum?
I actually think they're playing all right, Rich. It's just, you compared to the top of the leaderboard, you start to think, well, maybe they're struggling. But there's ebbs and flows in this game. At the moment, it's just sort of almost like a holding pattern. But it's time to change that.
So the shot has landed, I'm not sure if it's on the mulch or in the mulch. Either way, it's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he doesn't have mulch of a shot you left.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live first-round coverage of the International Challenge. Located in Troon, Scotland, founded in 1878, Royal Troon Golf Club playing host to the Open Championship 8 times and is slated to host its 9th major championship in 2016. I'm Rich Lerner for EA Sports, and alongside me today, my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. Frank, you've played in the Open Championship on a couple of occasions here at Royal Troon. It's a golf course that features some breathtaking scenery, and it can also serve up some breathtaking golf.
True Links golf course, Rich. Relatively soft start can certainly lull you into that false sense of security, and then the golf course really starts to open up. That homeward 9, often coming back into a prevailing breeze, is very much a stern test.
In the fairway here at the 10th, nice way to start off the back 9. Second shot, good look at the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
That might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
Frank, you come to an Open Championship and you expect to hear the term gorse. You see it here on the 11th hole. If you do end up in the gorse, what can you possibly do to get out?
Well, anything you can. A lot of the times it's an unplayable lie, but if you remember back 2004, Ernie Els tried to play a ball when it was suspended about 3 feet off the ground and managed to flick it out of the sort of the thorny gorse.
Frank, if this were baseball, that would be an upper deck moonshot.
It'd be out of the stands. But not only that, it is in the middle of the fairway. Long, incredibly long and straight.
Tape measure shot. Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot.
Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Birdie try up next. Standing over his birdie putt. Who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. Young star makes his birdie. Coverage continues at EA Sports. Let's go out now to our featured golfer at the 13th. An important stretch of holes coming up here late in the first round. What are some keys to finishing the first round strong?
Once again, putting that ball in play, because if you can add 1 or 2 more birdies to this scorecard, it's going to look great at the end of the day.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Good-looking shot right here. Stuffed that one in there just inside of 5 feet. Well done. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Yet another birdie and yet another tie at the top of the leaderboard.
Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the International Challenge.
Always great to be in Troon, Scotland, at the Royal Troon Golf Club, founded in 1878. Frank, it is a golf course, true links. It's bathed in history. Boy, this one has a chance to be really good. Good tee shot right in the short grass.
Second shot. Oh, this is right at it.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, Frank, I did not expect that. An eagle. At the par 3 fifth, ready to get this hole started.
Prevailing breeze once again should be coming from the water, which is on the right. That makes that tee shot a little bit more difficult because it pushes the ball to those 3 bunkers on the left side. Should be safely on deck.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
He has this for par. That's disappointing. He misses the par putt, and he'll have this for bogey. Just a couple of feet.
With time running out, Rich, that's what's going to make that bogey sting even more.
Can't afford to give him away at this point in the championship. Moving on to hole number 6 here at Royal Troon. Frank, what are the golfers facing at this long par 5?
Well, you've got to attack this hole in chunks, Rich. Just allow the mounding on the right to kick the ball forward, then try and position that second shot. Keep well away from that pop bunker that's a little bit short, about 30 yards right and short of this green. That is the one that causes the problem.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Now the second shot to the par 5. Good chance at one. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, we're moving inland now, and what are we facing here at this par 4 7th hole?
Just a dog leg to the right, ideally just a little cut off the tee.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Like a machine out there. Another green in regulation. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Good birdie right there and good score. How about 8 under for the tournament? Now the 8th hole, and if the wind permits, you can take some extra club, sort of get it up in the air and land it softly on the green. I guess the last thing you want is to come in hot and roll it off this postage stamp green.
Well, you really don't want that ball going right either. Those two bunkers down the right side, they're the deepest ones, and they must be avoided.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Wow, I thought he made that.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
Locked in on the read and the speed. He'll take par and move on. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live third-round coverage of the International Challenge.
Frank, through the years, there have been some great winners at the Open Championship played at Royal Troon.
Well, just in recent history, remember Mark Kalkovecchia in the playoff with Wayne Grady and Greg Norman. There was also Todd Hamilton when he beat Ernie Els in the 4-hole playoff. And back in 1996, Justin Leonard was to win his Open Championship.
Tom Watson also won an Open Championship here. Tom Weiskopf, his only major, that was 1973. The great Arnold Palmer, Bobby Locke, they all won at Royal Troon.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Only 110 yards and a good chance here. This is the second shot. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Early part of his back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Good effort and good par putt.
Frank, they call the 11th hole here at Royal Troon Railway. Maybe I'm being negative, but I think it should be called Gorse because that's all I can see on this opening shot.
Gorse certainly comes into play right and left. The problem isn't bunkers here. At 490 yards, often it plays back into the breeze.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that's he's gone for a little extra. Oh, if this is up, it's good. Long just meant longer.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Good-looking shot right here.
Birdie try up next. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
And he's putting for par now. So has the par. Moving on to the next hole, and the lead, Frank, is very much intact. Frank, break down the par 4 13 for us.
Another par 4 that bends to the right. Lots of undulation on this fairway. This is the first of 6 straight holes that head in the direction of the clubhouse.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Settles in over the putt.
Great sense of speed in that. You know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the International Challenge.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Always a treat to be in Scotland, Frank, and at one of the oldest golf clubs in the world, Royal Troon.
It's getting close to 150 years old. It was first established all the way back in 1878. Actually, the original golf course only had 5 holes on it. But over the Open Championship roster, this has probably been the most successful, or provided the most success to American players. The last 6 Open Championship winners were all American.
Has one of the most famous holes in all of major championship golf, the 123-yard par 3 8, known as the Stamp. And one of the legends had a really nice moment there many years ago.
The late Gene Sarazen, the Squire, and had a little ace there, all televised too. And it was a great way to remember his phenomenal career.
Just blasted that tee ball, Frank, 99 yards away. Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par.
Well, he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
Frank, tie atop the leaderboard now.
I think it's certainly starting to get everybody captivated.
That was a nice birdie. Heading for home now, Frank, the par 3 14, just under 180 yards. What's the key here?
Well, it's rather narrow at the front there. There's 3 bunkers, but it's the second 2 that you really worry about, that narrow the front of this green up. Plus, the front is slightly raised, so ideally you want it to fly it more towards the middle where it starts to widen up.
And this is looking really good. Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but...
Getting set now over the putt. So, hanging in down the stretch with a par. Frank, now at the 15th, and how hard is this par 4?
The key really is to get the ball on the fairway here. Avoid those 3 bunkers, because this is one of the flattest greens on the golf course. Get the ball on the green here. Any putt's makeable. Rich, that tee shot there, it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
You hit it right where you want. Now he has a good... Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That will be a great look at birdie. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts across really limits the tee shot to about 280 yards. So it's very much about placing that second shot in a good distance for your third.
In the 1997 Open Championship here at Royal Troon, you played with Tiger Woods in the 3rd round. What did he do at this 16th hole?
He hit a driver for his second shot into a head breeze from about 270 yards. Managed to get it on the green, then knocked it in from about 45 feet for eagle.
You knew he was something special back then, didn't you?
Yeah, he was the only one that even tried that shot.
Sitting up in the fairway now, 180 yards away. Appears to be tracking well. That is an excellent play right there. The approach giving him another good look. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, now to the hole they call Rabbit, 222-yard par 3.
I don't know why it's called Rabbit, because this is certainly some tough par 3. Green sits up a little bit. There's a big roll-off on the left side, well bunkered. This takes a brilliant long iron shot just to keep it on the green.
Good, clean contact and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Just a couple of feet. Okay, no problem with that one. Frank, the right fairway bunker ruined Greg Norman's chance at the 1989 Open Championship here at Royal Troon.
Yeah, pulled out driver, and there's one bunker down the right side. He had a perfect tee shot, what looked like it was perfect. Somehow it managed to run all the way down there and behind the lip. And of course, the rest is history.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Well, it's obvious he is in complete command of his golf ball right now. To win the International Challenge. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
That's why you play the game, to stack up the wins. Great effort right there.
Frank, at the 1989 Open Championship, Greg Norman was in great position in that playoff with Mark Calcavecchi, and I believe it was Wayne Grady. What happened to Norman?
Well, he started off tremendous in the playoff. The playoff was 1, 2, 17, and 18. He birdied the first and the second hole. Missed the 17th green just on the left, took 3 from the edge, which allowed Calcavecchia and Wayne Grady back in. Then took driver up off 18. It bounced just 1 hop too far and found that bunker on the right side. And, of course, the rest was history, and Mark Calcavecchia was crowned the Open champion.
Yeah, the great white shark, so often so unlucky at major championships.